So we put the event up a day ago, and I had numerous people contacting me already. And here is what doesn't work. There are some amazing women out there, and they would email me saying, hey, I'd love to be a speaker. I speak on authenticity, vulnerability. And I'm like, wow, great, send me some footage. And then what I get is, oh, I don't have footage, but here I'm sending you some photos. And it doesn't work. It never works. And if you really want to be one of those speakers who gets paid handsomely well for their speaking, you need to have some professional footage. Not a video you filmed in your bedroom with your wardrobe in the background, or a Facebook Live you've done, like real good footage with a real audience like you guys, right? And I'm going to talk a little bit about how to find those first gigs in case you don't have footage yet. Now, couple of years ago, I'm going to do 10 minutes now as well, actually. Start now. See what I did there? Want some time. A couple of years ago, we realized that over the last couple of years, we actually were teaching people over and over again stuff from those 5 areas, things on confidence, like authenticity, vulnerability, structure of a powerful signature talk, a method how to get gigs, and also how to sell from stage to get clients from free speaking gigs, and also how to grow your visibility. So those 5 areas we have found will build and create a speaking business for you. Now, I'm gonna go into like the getting gigs bit a little bit, and visibility, and most importantly, how to actually charge for your first gig. There was a question you had, I remember. Here's the deal, and that's not a lie, but your speaker business bank account will grow in accordance to your confidence, your ability to have an amazing signature talk, then your ability to actually get gigs over and over again, qualified ones, and your ability to sell from stage or book new inquiries, and your social media visibility, and or like overall visibility. Your influence will grow, and trust me, I've experienced this myself over the last couple of years. It will have a positive effect on your bank account. And I'm not saying it's always the other way around. Where's Kelly? Over here, give us a wave. So when Kelly came to us, she had an amazing social media visibility already. And then she's like, I said I'm going to speak at a conference, and now what I do? You know, and for her, it was really creating a signature talk. So it can be the other way around. But overall, this is really a structure. We have really felt and seen the difference in people's ability to ask for a speaking gig and get paid for it. Now, that was, it's not actually me speaking, it's Amanda. But that was an event we put on at Google Campus, Elliot and Amanda Watts, last year, I think it was. And no one really starts like this. You don't suddenly think, I want to be a speaker, and then the next day you get a gig in front of 100 people, right? Before we were able to really have that pull of people in the audience, I did a number of really bad gigs. And to this day, I still feel sorry for some of the people who were in my audience, but I'm sure they survived. I did. But here's the deal. This wasn't a paid gig, but we were selling our programs and our workshops. But last year, I started speaking for this recruitment agency. It was a referral, and someone connected us. And what they do, they use events on a monthly basis to engage, recruitment. Does anyone work in recruitment? No one. It's hardcore, right? There's so much competition, and one of their ways is to get external speakers in and let them do an hour, and this helps their visibility. And I did this twice last year, and then at some point, she said to me, Annik, you haven't invoiced me. And I'm like, what is she talking about? And I said to her, like, invoiced you for what? And she said, for the speaking you did for us. And I thought to myself, it's paid? And then I was like, damn it, what do I actually invoice them? And what I did, because they got me in front of 20, at the time, always 20 corporate clients, that really helped me to, build the corporate side of the business. But I just charged them my hourly rate. And like, what was it last year? £220, and I did an hour for them. I didn't have to prepare much. It was stuff I had done over and over. So maybe start with just charging. If someone asks you how much you charge for a gig you thought you were doing free, maybe start with your hourly rate. Now, let me think. And here's the reason why. You don't suddenly get a request for a speaking gig. They ask you, can you speak at my event? And then you're like, yeah, I'm like £2,000. It's often, especially for a lot of women in the room, I can only speak from my own experience, but if you charge an amount you don't feel you're worthy in that moment of time, you totally get into imposter syndrome. And then you do your gig thinking, oh my God, I can't believe they're paying me that. They probably tell me, oh, we can only pay you half because you were so bad. So at the beginning, it's really like you need to feel it. Like, don't overdo it. But if you feel like, oh, maybe I charge 100, maybe go for 150. Push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, but not too much, unless you feel confident about the amount you're asking for, right? So here's another thing. What doesn't work, because I still see this on Facebook, people posing with celebrities. They may be met on the street or, at a random event. Celebrities they have never trained, nor maybe really spoken at their events, I don't know. But in my opinion, celebrities don't work. Posing with them in a photo, but real results. Like, create results. In your speaking gigs, people should walk away thinking, oh my God, like if I implement this now in my business will change. So lead with that. And not like, here's me in front of the Eiffel Tower. Not that the Eiffel Tower is a celebrity, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so setting your fees, I was talking about that already. Trust me, the better your skill is, your footage, your ability to make really high quality connections, the more you will be able to charge. Because one of our clients, she got a request from Microsoft, and she's there. I've seen her, develop her speaking ability over so many years. And for her to say it's £2,000 for 45 minutes, easy. They easily pay that. But you need to do some of the shitty gigs before, sometimes in front of maybe only 2 people or 3, right? And another thing, the better your signature talk is, the easier it will convert into additional business. So Lizzie, for example, she did a TEDx, but she also developed a really powerful signature talk. And her first speaking gig at the Marketing Society landed her Twitter as a client, and then after that, Amazon followed. She didn't have a big audience. There were only 20 people there, but she was so skilled and so awesome that it was really, really easy. Have some water. It's fine. So it was really, really easy for her to ask for that money. And that's always the question everyone asks. Like, where do I get the gigs that will help me building my experience? Take a photo or write it down. I don't know how quick you can write, but I started at City Library. I started at women's events my friend would put on. There was like a heart-centered business conference a couple of years ago. I did some guest speaking on other people's webinars because I'm shit with technology. So that helps. If you have a webinar, invite me, but don't expect to be invited back. And most importantly, events like this here, like do the audience stage time corner, get a friend to film you, or go to your local library. Amazingly, most boroughs of London have a chamber of commerce, and they're always, I swear to God, they're always looking for speakers. Banks have more and more business departments where they want to support entrepreneurs, women in business. They're always looking for speakers. Or just be really good friends with me, because if I spot talent, I will pass you on. And also, if you're not yet a member of our group on Facebook, it's Facebook group Speaker Express, join, because there are always speaking gigs going in there every week, like loads of different examples, sometimes paid. Actually, Christina, right? You were the one. Christina, give us a wave. She's a really good example of someone who hates public speaking, but she got a paid gig. Now, I always say to people, supply and demand is really, 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 really important, because often we have an oversupply of speakers, but Christina speaks on health tech, and not a lot of people do it. So even though it wasn't her favorite thing, she got paid. How long was it? 20 minutes? I know it wasn't the most pleasant experience, but I hope you enjoyed the money. And here's the thing I want to leave you with. Actually, it's not, it's nearly, but it's annoying and it's painful, and sometimes you will hate it and you maybe think, oh, I should get a corporate job again, but don't. It's so rewarding once you have cracked it and built your first good connections. But that's what I'm going to leave you with. It's really about nudging it up every year, going from beginner to become a speaker, a leader, an expert in your industry. And in no time, if you constantly continue to work on your speaking, you will be an authority and you will be as amazing as Annik. Thank you. I was only half kidding. You know, it took me years to actually really feel comfortable and saying things like that to people. Now, any questions? Anyone who has something burning on their chest or on their mind thinking, I need to ask this, otherwise I die. I speak to you later. Yes?
How do you get from hiding behind PowerPoint and technology to really just getting out there?
Get your first gig. Here's how you start. In the second half of the night, there will be an audience stage time corner. If I see you there, I give you another tip how to get the next gig. Deal?
I'm very good at that. I'm very good at
Good?
for 1 minute and 5 minutes. And now we need to get to the next.
For the next level, speak to me.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. But do the audience stage time corner. It might be the best or the worst experience of your life, but you know what? You will live. Trust me, I'd never died of an overdose of adrenaline, even though I thought I would. So here's what I do. Let's do one of my favorite things. I'd love you to turn to the person on your right or your left and just have a really quick 1 minute chat. Like, what is one takeaway you got from either Lovelda or from myself, and how can you put this into an actionable thing? So what is one action step you will do for your speaking either tonight or tomorrow or next week? Go.